Here's part 7 of our conversation with Jimmy Rankin. I'm John Beaudin from Rock History Canada. When you were growing up in your family, at what point did you think, okay, there's a big family, 12 of us, they're doing the family thing, and it's a week, we have these shindigs, and at what point did you say, I want a piece of that, or I'd like to do that, or were you singing in the background? At what point did you know you wanted to join in?
Oh, well, the Rankins started out. I'm like the fifth youngest of 12 kids, big Catholic family, and my older siblings had a band, and they played for functions in the community and in the county, and they played for all the weddings and dances and parties, and they didn't have a drummer. And before that, my mom used to line us all up, and we'd rehearse songs, and we'd do summer local concerts and things like that around the county. And when I was about 12 or 13, they decided they wanted a drummer in the band, and they bought an old drum set from somebody in Port Hood down the road about 9 miles. And it was just a crappy set of drums, and they paid about $100 for it or something. But it was in the living room, and I didn't pay much attention to it. And then one afternoon, it was a Saturday afternoon in the summer, and there was a wedding that my family was playing for at the dance hall. And we lived directly behind the dance hall. You could spit at the dance hall, and it would hit the back door. But my brother John Morris asked me, he said, "Do you want to play drums tonight?" for the wedding, you have to remember that these were the old smoking days and the dance hall was just full with people, and they had an open bar. It was, and I said sure, and I had never played drums before, so literally on stage he showed me in front of a full dance hall how to play the drums, how to keep a beat. He said, "Bang your foot and keep a beat and hit the cymbal every now and then." And before each song, he'd show me the beat. He'd turn back at me, and he played bass. And so I played drums for that whole night, and I loved it. And they paid me $40, and I was like, "Wow, I'm in." So for years, I played drums for the band, and it wasn't until I went to college that. Like in my teens, like 16 or something, I started messing around with guitar, acoustic guitar, and singing. And was in college or after college, I started stepping up from behind the drums and singing some songs. And then it just went from there. I started writing songs in college, and then I, over time, became the primary songwriter of the band. Well, I used to bumped into him a few times, maybe out in Calgary at like a hotel, we're doing Calgary Stampede or something. And then somewhere in the East Coast, he moved back here some years back, and I bumped into him sometime later, and it was out in front of the Walmart. And
Really?
The two of us are sitting in front of Walmart, and he was coming out with something, and I think he just made his record, that blues record he made, and people were walking by, "Hey Miles, hey Jimmy," people were sitting out in front of Walmart, and we were there for the longest time. Musicians get together and you start talking music, and then like he's a car guy, and he said, "You got to see my car," and so he
What did
takes
he
me, and he's
have?
got this big old Lincoln. Those big Lincolns from the 70s. I
The
think it was
boats.
a Lincoln.
We used to call them boats. Yeah.
And he said, "I got a record in the trunk or something." So he opens up the trunk, and I said, "Miles, you could put about 10 bodies in here and a couple of guitars. You know how big those cars are." Anyway, he's got a bunch of cars. So I bumped in, and we went to an event here in Halifax last year before the whole COVID thing happened. And yeah, what I was thinking about him today, and it's like I haven't talked to him. I was on the road, and we used to text back and forth every now and then, and I gotta get in touch with him again.
You guys could work together. I'd love to hear you guys together.
I'd like to, yeah. I've asked him to, sometime we'll get together for dinner or something, because I'm finally getting settled in Halifax here. We got a house, and we're renovated, and so we're just starting to have people over, and then the pandemic hit, so.
We'll have more from Jimmy Rankin coming up next week. Make sure you comment on our videos, subscribe to our channel, and share our videos. I'm John Beaudin from Rock History Canada.